to welcome you to our 2018 Family Weekend. My name's Alison Maguire and I head up the research and medical side of the charity, and I'll be overseeing the lectures today. So, we are the Lily Foundation. So, the charity was set up 11 years ago by Liz Curtis, who's here with us today.
Not Michelle.
Not Michelle. Liz was mum to a baby girl called Lily who lost her fight to mitochondrial disease when she was only 8 months old. 11 years ago, there was very little information on mitochondrial disease and no support networks, and Liz felt very alone with Lily's diagnosis. She was also frustrated to hear that hardly any medical research was being done at the time into mitochondrial disease. Now, Lily battled bravely, however mitochondrial disease didn't give her a chance, and after she passed away, Liz and her family decided that things needed to change. So, with the support of Lily's uncle Jonathan Pearce, who many of you know from the football commentating world, they decided to set up the Lily Foundation, and that was not for Lily, but for others living with the condition, with the initial aim of being able to fund enough money to start research into mitochondrial disease. So in October 2017, the charity was born and they've never looked back. So, we are proud to be the UK's leading mitochondrial disease charity. We've been running for 11 years, and during that time we've done some pretty impressive things which you'll hear about over the course of this talk. We have 2 full-time, we're based in Wallingham in Surrey, but our work extends across the whole of the UK and Northern Ireland. We've got 2 full-time staff and 5 part-time staff, so although our team is small, we still managed to achieve some pretty great things. When the charity was set up 11 years ago, the main aim was to raise funds for research, and since then we've realised the importance of family support and have steadily expanded our support network over the years, starting initially with families with affected children, moving to support teenagers and young adults, and more recently working really hard together with the Specialist Centre to better support adults. We are all absolutely committed to raising funds for research, supporting affected families, and raising awareness of mitochondrial disease. Many of us have direct personal experiences of mitochondrial disease, and this helps us better understand families' needs and drives us forward to help change things for the future. As a charity, we firmly believe that the key to unlocking the secrets of mitochondrial disease is out there, but we just need to understand more. The more research we fund, the greater chance we have of finding effective treatments and ultimately a way to cure mitochondrial disease. So research has been at the centre of our charity since it started, and whilst over time the charity has grown to also support families, with the aim, our principal aim has always been to fund research, an aim which will ultimately benefit anyone with mitochondrial disease, whether that be adults or children. So when we started 11 years ago, getting a genetic diagnosis for your mitochondrial disease was incredibly difficult. Genes needed to be tested one at a time, which was slow and expensive. With the development of a technique called next generation sequencing, things started to change, and scientists were able to test lots of genes simultaneously, and we realised this would be the route to ensuring families got a genetic diagnosis for their disease. Having a genetic diagnosis can be incredibly useful. It can allow us to accurately predict the risk of passing a condition on to children, or the risk to other family members. But in some cases, knowing the genes involved can also help direct appropriate treatment. From a scientist's perspective, building knowledge of new genes that may cause mitochondrial disease can be invaluable and can in itself lead to new breakthroughs and new therapies. So today, we fund a national mitochondrial gene testing programme out of Guy's Hospital, which uses next generation sequencing, and we are finding definite or highly probable genetic answers for over 70% of the families tested. In fact, many of you here today with genetic diagnoses have received these via our Lily testing project. You will hear more about this in a lecture in a couple of lectures' time with the diagnostic team down here. So our gene testing programme was a huge success, but we wanted to do more. So a few years ago we asked families what they wanted to see in terms of research, and we received an overwhelming, we want effective treatments. So we expanded our research strategy to include an annual round of funding specifically for scientists looking into treatments for mitochondrial disease. we recruited an impressive international peer review board with experts from Norway, Sweden, Finland, Germany, Netherlands, USA, Australia and the UK. These experts ensure that not only are we funding really high quality research with sound methodology, but they can also advise us if other groups around the world are doing a similar thing so as not to duplicate our efforts. We are now 2 years into our new strategy and we are proud to currently be funding 7 exciting projects. Great Ormond Street are looking at a range of novel drugs which may be able to restore mitochondrial protein function across DNA depletion syndromes, coenzyme Q10 deficiencies and Lee syndrome. Newcastle are undertaking an efficacy study to test whether a low residue diet could reduce the debilitating gastrointestinal issues associated with many cases of mitochondrial disease. As this study involves direct patient recruitment, if successful, very quickly may lead to effective symptom management for adults and children with mitochondrial disease. Our researchers at UCL are developing improved formulations of nicotinamide riboside, which has been shown to boost mitochondrial function and aid the production of healthy mitochondria in cells. The currently available nicotinamide riboside supplements are not as effective as they could be, and so we are funding crucial work to design modified versions, slow-release versions and IV preparations for both adults and children that will be suitable to take into a clinical trial. St George's are undertaking 2 studies with Lilly funding. The first is looking at an enzyme replacement therapy for MINGI, which is an ultra-rare mito disease caused by a fault in a gene for an enzyme which removes certain biological molecules from the body. When this enzyme doesn't work properly, the molecules begin to build up, which causes damage to the mitochondria. The group at St George's are to begin a clinical trial to test this therapy, where the missing enzyme is added to the patient's own red blood cells in order to remove the unwanted biological molecules from the blood. But before they can start this trial, they need to find a suitable biological marker or biomarker which can be used to accurately measure clinical benefit of this therapy. We're excited to be funding this essential work so that the trial can go ahead. The other project coming out of St George's is research to test a drug that could reduce the activity of a pathway that causes cardiomyopathy in patients with mitochondrial disease. Cardiomyopathy is the thickening of the heart muscle and is a common symptom, and if left untreated can result in heart failure. This drug hopes to prevent or slow down the increase in heart size using a mouse model of mitochondrial disease. Newcastle and Oxford are both undertaking studies looking at potential treatments for mitochondrial depletion syndromes. Oxford are focusing their efforts on testing the currently available nucleoside therapy as well as other novel repurposed drugs on a range of depletion syndromes, starting with POLG, but potentially extending to other depletion syndromes. Newcastle are working in collaboration with Cambridge and Cardiff universities to undertake a detailed assessment of a small group of patients known to have genetic mutations in the RRM2B gene. This assessment will look at a wide range of clinical measures in these patients to build up a detailed picture of day-to-day function, mobility and activity over a defined period of time, which is crucial for interpreting responses to this treatment. Alongside this natural history study, the team will also look at developing a modified version of the currently available nucleoside therapy. Getting nucleosides to their target in the body is a huge challenge, and ensuring the pool of nucleosides is balanced so as not to cause further disease is crucial. The team in Cardiff plan to develop a modified nucleoside molecule which they hope will work far more like a medicine than the compounds currently available, and ones that can effectively be delivered to the right place in the cell to do their job without any potential harmful side effects. The team hope that by testing this treatment in cells grown in the laboratory, they can optimise the type and combination of nucleosides to use in animal models and subsequently human trials. So, as well as funding our own research, we also support specialist mito centres to ensure they have access to research nurses. For the last 4 years, we've funded a research nurse at Great Ormond Street who's been very actively involved in recruiting a number of Lilly families into the 100,000 Genome Project, as well as supporting patients in clinic and out. We funded nurse time at Newcastle to help ensure families have access to genetic testing through our Lilly gene testing programme, and we are currently funding a research nurse at Oxford to support their work. All of this helps the NHS deliver a better service to our mito families. Medical research is very complex, but we don't believe this should be a barrier for our families understanding what's going on. We have an area on our website which explains in layman's terms all the mito research that is currently going on in the world, and we are always on the other end of an email to explain any articles that are sent to us. We also ensure that research updates are regularly covered at patient events. Another vital role we play is a key link between families and scientists. Over the years, we've established ourselves as a serious funder of high-quality research, and we regularly receive UK and international research inquiries outside of our main research calls. Because we're a patient charity, our internal research funding decisions are always based on direct patient benefit, which sets us apart from many other research funders. We are in constant contact with our families and regularly share their research priorities at focus groups and at international patient meetings so that patient opinions are considered, and increasingly we are seeing that patient-driven research is being made a priority. And in the other direction, researchers from all around the UK work closely with us, telling us about their research plans and asking us for our input into study design. Because of this relationship, we are also able to ensure our Lily families are aware of relevant study recruitment so that they have the option to be involved if they wish. And last but by no means least, we played a significant role in the recent change in law to allow mitochondrial donation, an IVF technique developed in Newcastle which can prevent the transmission of maternally inherited mitochondrial disease from mother to child. During the political campaign, we represented the entire UK mitochondrial patient community, and in the end, it was the patient voice that won over the MPs and the Lords in Parliament, causing them to vote in favour. This was an excellent example of Lily working in close collaboration with researchers, NHS clinicians and policy makers to force a change in law for patient benefit. We are now proud to be supporting our Australian colleagues with the process over in Australia to enable mitochondrial donation to be a reality over there. So, as I've just mentioned, one of our key strengths as a charity is our exceptional relationship with the NHS mitochondrial specialists. Professor Sir Doug Turnbull was recently quoted as saying, "Together with the Lily Foundation, we will transform the lives of patients with mito," which is pretty impressive stuff, but actually we will. We agree with him, we will. We work closely with the NHS on a number of levels. We co-fund hospital patient information days to ensure families have local access to the information they need to help them manage their condition. We have funded resources and diagnostic equipment at a number of specialist centres around the UK, and we are regularly invited to attend NHS multidisciplinary meetings to advise on service improvements or to identify areas where we can help support the specialist services to deliver better care for patients. We are also very proud to host and maintain the NHS Highly Specialised Services website, which is an incredible source of information for those suffering from mito. Now, this site has been up and running since April last year and so has 51,000 users and 96,000 page views since it was started. It has a wealth of information for patients and clinical guidelines for professionals. So if you are seeing outside of the specialist services, we would urge you to share this site with your local team. It's got some great information on there. And because we give so much to the NHS, they give so much back to us. All these mito experts here today have given up their weekends for free to be here to help us better support you. Apart from Carl, who's just disappeared. Our medical board are an incredible source of support to us as a charity, and we absolutely couldn't do what we do without them. They help us answer your questions, and they provide time and expertise to provide information for our website and the resources that we provide. Together, we are committed to sharing knowledge and building understanding. Support. So as well as research and working closely with the NHS, we also support families with mito. We run a phone and email support line where you can contact us. We can be there just to listen or to help point you in the right direction of further information or support. If you would like us to, we can put you in touch with other families in a similar situation. For those of you who are happy using social media, we can put you in touch with support groups which are suited to your situations. I explained earlier that many of us working at the charity have had a direct personal experience of having a child with mitochondrial disease, but that doesn't mean that as an adult you can't get in touch with us if you want advice or support. And over the last year, we have had an increasing number of adults join the Lily Foundation. So many, in fact, we are currently working closely with the highly specialised services to expand our charity remit to support more adult patients. This will start with the Lily Adult Facebook group, and through this we hope to build a stronger relationship with the adult mito community so we can establish the things that they need and we can try and help them achieve that. We are also able to offer additional support for families who have children affected by mitochondrial disease. Each year we are able to offer a number of short breaks to centre parks so that families can have time away from the stress of normal life and are able to spend quality time together as a family. We also run a Helping Hands scheme which co-funds items of specialist equipment which will enrich the lives of children with mitochondrial disease. We support family accommodation around specialist mito centres all over the country. And for the last 5 years, we've been able to hold Lily Family Weekends like these to bring together families affected by mito. Awareness. We work really hard to try and raise awareness of mitochondrial disease in any way we can. Raising awareness, increasing knowledge and understanding of mitochondrial disease can only be a good thing. Within the charity, we raise awareness in a number of ways. Firstly, we have 2 awesome patrons, Josh Widdicombe and Lucy Speed. Josh is going to be here with us this weekend. He's going to be joining us a little bit later, and he's raised funds for us on Pointless Celebrities and Celebrity Mastermind, and he held his very own comedy night in London to support us. Lucy can't be here for this weekend, unfortunately, as she's heavily pregnant, but she's also done her fair share at promoting us on TV, and is amazing at putting us in touch with celebrity contacts. But more than this, she's also an incredible support for many of our Lily families. Lily's uncle, who also happens to be the famous football commentator Jonathan Pearce, has given us links with football grounds all over the UK, and we've reached mass audiences with our awareness banners around football grounds. Over the last 11 years, JP and Lily's dad Dave have been between them secured 9 interviews on live television on Tower Bridge for the London Marathon, which is seen by millions. JP would have been with us here today, but FIFA decided to put the World Cup on, so he's currently in Russia. And then finally, to top it all off, earlier this year, the amazing Peter Kay donated proceeds for his extra episodes of Car Share to us, which was not only great fun for us financially, but gained mitochondrial disease worldwide media exposure for all the right reasons. So, we really are making a difference. 11 years ago, there was only 1 family in the Lily Foundation. Today, we support over 350 families via phone, email and our Facebook support group. 11 years ago, there was hardly any research into mitochondrial disease. Today, we've invested over 1.5 million, have 5 dedicated Lily-funded scientists and fund 7 exciting treatment projects. 11 years ago, there were no family support events. Today, we've organised 5 family weekends, bringing together families, doctors and researchers from all over the UK. We send families on breaks to centre parks, we co-fund specialist equipment, and we fund family hospital accommodation all over the UK. 11 years ago, mitochondrial disease was not in the public domain. Today, we've helped put mito on the map with amazing celebrity support and helping change in the law for mitochondrial donation. So, I hope you feel that we really are making a difference. I'd now like to hand you over to our CEO, Liz Curtis, who's going to talk to you a bit about awareness. Thank you.
There's my piece of paper. Right, thank you, Ali. It's an incredible feeling actually, following Ali, listening to all the amazing, incredible stuff that's going on and has been going on, and what we've achieved over the last 11 years. And I say when I say we, I really truly mean we, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. There are many of you in here who have supported us right from the beginning and very, very early on, and without your support, we couldn't have achieved what we've done. So, thank you very, very much. Ali said this already, but we set the foundation up in memory of Lily, but it was never for Lily. It was for every single person who is affected by mitochondrial disease. And I've said this right from the very beginning. You'll probably remember Shrew, our first ball, when we stood up, because Shrew was there too. And I stood up, and it was just really important to us that it involved everybody, and that the charity was our charity, not my charity. So all these achievements that Ali's talked about wouldn't have been possible without the Lily family. So there are achievements, and I want to say a huge thank you to you all for investing your time and your trust in us. We love what we do, and it sounds like there is real hope on the horizon. And we will keep positive, and we'll keep focused and we'll continue to do these great things together with you guys and these incredible medical teams that we have by our side. But despite these incredible achievements, there is a lot more to do. And you all have a huge part to play in this. We've been a little bit cleverer this year, and we've organised our family weekend before Mitochondrial Disease Awareness Week. So we're hoping to get you all a lot more involved in the week and try to make a real splash over the week, trying to raise awareness of mitochondrial disease. And there are two things that we can do, that we are asking you to do, or maybe three. We're asking you to sign up for Around the World for Mito. This is a virtual event. We're not expecting everyone to literally run the equivalent number of miles around the world. But what we want you to do is to log onto a website, log as many, pledge as many miles or kilometres as you think you can run between now and September, or walk, or push a pushchair, or whatever it is you do, swim. You can do any form of exercise, and it might be 5 kilometres, it might be 100 kilometres. Somebody signed up to 2,000 kilometres the other day. But you really can do as much or as little as you like to help us to reach our end total of 24,901 miles by the end of Awareness Week. So that's our aim. We are trying to get the world involved, all the global community. So that's our aim, and as many of you that can help us. I think we've been pledged almost or over half already. So we're doing well, and we've got a few more months to go, but get your running shoes on and help us get to our total. You have to pay £15, you get a lovely medal, and you get a t-shirt. And I think you have to sign up to, listen to me, I think you have to, I know you have to. You have to log what you've done, so if you've got a map your run app or something like that, and every time you do a run, you log it on the website, and it adds to a totalizer and helps us reach our total. The other thing we wanted you to do is to man a stand. We haven't got a picture of a man a stand, but with all the stuff that we've had in the news, with the PTK stuff, we want to try and build on the awareness that's already built. And if everybody, or not everybody, but if maybe 20 or 30 people could go away and think about some way you could hold a stand at some point during Mitochondrial Disease Awareness Week, it would be incredible. It might be at Asda, it might be at Tesco's, it might be at a train station, it might be at your school, whatever you think you can do. We've put together an awareness pack, so if you sign up on our website, we can send you a pack, and there's an example of an awareness stand to set up outside. So your stand can look like that, balloons and bunting and badges and pin badges and you name it, you've already got a pin badge. And we're not asking for money, we're asking for maybe some donations for wristbands and some pins, but this really is about raising awareness. So if you think that's something you're interested in, please get in touch and we can send you out a pack and you can find somewhere to put up your stall. They're the two things that we're asking you to do for Awareness Week. So if you feel you can do something like that, please get involved, please give us a call and we can help you and set you up. Thirdly, we launched this last year, and as Ali said, we like to listen to our families. I think I was talking to Caroline Matthews a couple of years ago, I think you're here somewhere, Caroline, and Caroline said, I really want to raise money, but I want to do it in Hope's name, in her daughter's name. And we were looking at ways in which we could make this happen for the Lily Foundation. So we set up our own team pages. So we've got team pages that you can set up in memory or in for your loved one, and you basically can set up your own Just Giving page, which is a team page, and you can have as many people as you want connected to that team page. They can all have their own team pages. It comes under the umbrella of your own, under the name of your loved one. And basically, I'm really lost. I need to look at my notes. I can't remember. We can create for you a bespoke logo. We'll give you a bespoke letterhead, and Claire, wave Claire, we'll set up the Just Giving page for you. Claire does it all for you. It's just a really great way of keeping track of what you've raised under your umbrella and having your child's name or someone that you love attached to it. So I just wanted to tell you really badly about that as well. So quite clearly I should read my notes rather than just write them. But that's all I have to say, other than have a great weekend. And yes, if you need anything, come and see us. Somebody will be able to help you, even if it's not me. I'd like to introduce you to Ben. Ben is our new chairman. He has taken over from Jonathan, who stood down February after 11 years of being Lily chair. He's still our founding president. He's not going anywhere. He just doesn't get involved in day to day, but you'll still see him around doing.
Should work. Down. There we are. Wow.
Doing, yeah, so and Ben's just going to say a few words.
Yeah, let's get rid of that quickly. No problem. Hello everyone. I just wanted to say a massive welcome to the Lily Family Weekend on behalf of myself and all of the Lily team. I mean, you've already heard from Ali and Liz of just how far this charity has come in 11 years. So I'm just going to do a very, very quick, I think I've got literally 4 minutes. Yes, Ali's telling me. Let's get rid of my photo. So that's a better one. So who am I? So basically, I've been involved with the Lily Foundation for the last 8 years as one of the trustees. I used to be a journalist. I had the displeasure of co-writing the first ever guide to online marketing in the UK. I've worked for a lot of big consumer brands, mainly around digital marketing and more traditional marketing. And currently I'm the UK marketing director of Just Eat, the online food ordering platform. That's sort of my professional life. They're my 2 kids, Louis and Maisie, who you'll probably see running around here when they arrive later on this evening. But most importantly, why Lily? So look, three key reasons. I also live in Warlingham. I promise you that there's not some sort of weird Lily cult going on in Warlingham. Sometimes there might be, but no, there isn't. But there's 3 really big reasons why Lily and why I was absolutely delighted to stand for chair and then be elected as chair last month. The first one in the middle is Neve. Neve was Ali's daughter. Ali is best friends with my wife, and in fact my wife was Neve's godmum, and Neve touched our lives in so many ways and made such a huge difference. And actually we had an amazing family holiday with her once to Bermuda, and I'll just never forget her face and looking at the sky and seeing the sun. So Neve was hugely important to me, and Alison introduced me to Liz, and then I met Liz and I met Helen and Dave, and really sort of just drama. Fell in love with the Lily Foundation, but most importantly fell in love with what the Lily Foundation was trying to achieve, and really started to learn a lot more around mitochondrial disease, and suddenly became aware of how many people it is impacting, and the fact that it's still a very, very rare and relatively unknown disease, and yet it's touching so many people's lives. And so I wanted to make a difference, and so as I said, in my professional world I've been vaguely successful, so I thought actually I'd love to give back, and I would love to give back to the charity, but most importantly to you guys, the families. So look, just 1 month in, just some observations on Lily is that the charity has done a phenomenal job, as you've heard, over the last 11 years, both nationally and internationally. In terms of profile, we've heard about Jonathan, we've heard about Josh, who'll be here later, and Lucy. But just the world it touches so many people, and it's spreading the word of mitochondrial disease. You guys, the work you have done, the money you've raised, the awareness you've spread has just been remarkable, and there's still so much more potential to tell that story even broader. And then I don't really think Ali gave justice to the work that Ali and the guys have done on medical research, but truly groundbreaking research being funded by the money that you guys and your supporters are raising. And we're a family charity, and the charity is about you guys, the mitochondrial family. It's no coincidence that the charity still is based at Liz's family home. We're a family charity, we're not a corporate charity, we're a family charity, and everything we do is for you guys, the families. And I think the third point, this is where I come in as a marketeer, is that mitochondrial disease is still a rare disease, but as I said, it touches so many people and it has so many links to other diseases, and yet it's still relatively unknown. And so there's a massive mission for us all to go on to really fix that and to really raise awareness of it and knowledge of it. And that's why I'm so grateful to all the medical professionals here today to really help raise our knowledge and build our knowledge of it so that we can then take it out there. Oh, we're not going backwards, don't worry. So we set out about 6-9 months ago to say, right, what's the 5-year plan for Lily? Where do we want to go? And fundamentally, our vision is how do we find a cure for this truly horrendous disease? And in terms of my vision and how I'm going to help the team get there, I hope, we've got incredibly strong foundations. We're 11 years old. We want to build on that, but we want to broaden our awareness and broaden our fundraising pool. We want to really never forget that we're a family charity. It's so important, and really reinforce that family ethic, and really as part of that strengthen our role as the leading charity for mitochondrial disease. But then the last one, it might sound a bit controversial, make mito famous, but it's really, really important that we get more people talking about mito. And the way we can do that is not only through awareness, but through those medical breakthroughs that Ali is talking about. But finally, before I finish, I'm here, obviously, here till tomorrow afternoon, and as I said at the start, the charity is about you guys, the charity is for you guys. Everything we do is for the mito family. So please, over the next 24, 36 hours or whatever it is, please let me know how I can help and how the charity can help you. I now have a Lily Foundation email address, thanks Liz, so you can get in touch with me. But please tell us, because we want to take the charity forward, but most importantly, we want to take the charity forward for you. And as I said, we want to do that as part of our road to finding a cure. So thank you very much.